Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Oh Fudge podcast. Today, we are going to be talking about White Chicks, probably my favorite movie.
Oh, we're talking about the movie White Chicks? I thought we were
Yes,
just talking
Yeah,
Mark.
about white chicks.
no, the movie. We could do a whole other episode on that. First, before we get into all of that, we'll do our tea-rending topics today. Who wants to go first?
I'll start.
Who? Okay, go ahead, Mark.
All right. So, it's not really something I find that interesting, but it is a trending topic. It's that the Kardashian show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, is coming to a close in 2021 with its 20th season.
That's
It's
crazy.
Wow.
officially over.
Thank God. Just kidding. I never really watched it, so I can't really say if I liked it or disliked it.
I mean, I watched it. I mean, it was interesting, like a cool show to watch. But all good things must come to an end sometimes, and I know there's a lot of people that are happy that it's ending.
Well, also they're having, I mean, Kim and Kanye are having problems right now. That whole family's a mess, so it's good that they're leaving the show just to focus on themselves because they really do got some work to do.
Do you think there's going to be a spin-off for like Kylie or Kendall or maybe Chris?
I wouldn't doubt that they're
Yeah.
gonna have spin-off shows because they've
Yeah.
done it in the past. But I think especially with the younger kids, as maybe as they get older, they'll do
Hmm.
spin-offs with them. Who knows?
I think maybe Kylie might have one just because she has her whole makeup business, and I know that they have a brother, uh, Kendall's twin brother. Maybe he'll have his own spinoff show after he does the Quibi show. But
Wait, wait, no, that's not real, right?
I don't think it
She
is.
doesn't
I
have a
think it was
brother.
just a joke.
I don't know. I haven't seen the show, but like he's apparently he's Kendall's twin brother. I don't know.
No, I don't think it is. I
I
just think it's like
mean,
for comedy, like jokes and all.
Because they started off
yeah.
the show when they were like young, right? Like the two daughters, the Jenner daughters.
Hmm.
So then
Hmm.
the twin brother would have been there too. I don't think they would have left him out.
And he looks way much older than Kendall does.
I don't know. I don't know if it's real. I don't know. I don't really care enough. I saw it and I was like, all right, cool, whatever.
Who's next?
I'll go. So, as we all know, Selena Gomez, Kate just recently came out with a makeup line. Speaking of makeup, it's called Rare Beauty, and the logo, or not the logo, the catchphrase is makeup to feel good in without hiding what makes you unique. I know for me, I grew up watching Selena Gomez from Disney Channel and all her other films that she's done. I just from like seeing it, I like that she has different shade ranges, which I think is so important for makeup to be so
Hmm.
inclusive with all skin tones and all undertones and stuff. So I really like that she did that. And her makeup, I know I want to try it just because I love makeup and I love trying new products just to see what's out there. Because even like her makeup style is more of my makeup style. I'm more natural. I don't really do like all full colors and stuff.
Dang, just call me out like that, Jess.
I mean, if you can do it, all props to you because I admire people that can do stuff like that. Me, I just go more the safe route and I just do more of the natural makeup. What do you think, Em, or anyone else out there? Would you guys try her new makeup line?
um, no. Plain and simple. Just because there are other makeup brands that are more exciting. She's bland. But I've never met someone who's like, I like Selena Gomez's music. How she has so many followers on Instagram is beyond me because no one talks about her.
But have you seen her?
Oh no, she's gorgeous, but you don't go to someone and they're like, I love Selena Gomez's singing. No one says that. No one likes Selena Gomez for her singing. Let's be real.
Well, I mean, I think those album
She's
sales
a
would beg
great
to differ. I don't know how
she's
good
a
they are, but
great
she's still selling something.
she's a great actress, but like you don't meet a Selena Gomez like a fan that likes her singing. I haven't, at least, and I've seen many memes and many TikToks about everyone saying the same thing. So I'm like, am I in the same boat as you guys are? But I mean, I only buy makeup palettes that have color because I don't like boring sprinkles. Can you please?
All sprinkles.
She has that natural beauty that I don't have. That's why I go for the bright colors.
Emily, shut up.
Come on, who's gonna pull off a dewy look that like Selena Gomez pulls off? It ain't me. I can tell you that right now. I love that clown makeup shit. It ain't me.
Well, I guess it's just me then, because I just do that with my makeup. I don't really do much color, because also with makeup, I don't really know how to do too much color. You need to teach me, but
I
I
got
try.
you.
I try.
When we move in together, I'm gonna be doing your makeup, and I'll be like, "This is how you do it."
I'll teach you the natural look. We'll teach each other that.
I can't speak much about this because I myself do not wear makeup. So this really isn't something that I would follow. But I know that she did come out with her new stuff. I don't know necessarily what it is. I guess lipsticks and foundation. But I mean, this is her first like ever makeup thing, right?
Yeah.
Uh, she's trying something. She's probably got a team behind her. I mean, Kylie did skincare, so if she could do
that
skincare, I think
that
Selena
wasn't good
Gomez
for my
can.
skin.
If
That
she
was
could do
not good for
that,
your skin.
I think Selena can try, and we'll see where it goes and progresses. It's just the first. We'll see. Maybe she could do a lot more.
Yeah, I feel like her red lipsticks would be bomb because she always wears red lipstick. She's always like,
You can never go wrong with a red lip. I love wearing a red lip. You can never go wrong with it.
but that was your cheer ending topic. Just give me a second. Hold on. Pause.
It's Emily's turn. Emily, you
Emily,
know,
you shall go right now.
Emily, we agreed that we would all have a topic to talk about. And now you're just procrastinating. Like, I feel like you're looking up a topic right now while we sit here on our asses, fully prepared with that.
Sorry. Jasmine came in and gave me some makeup stuff. It was very on brand.
Oh, was it Rare
Oh,
by
that's so
Selena
funny.
Gomez?
No, it's this rose petal toner.
Ooh.
Seems pretty dewy and natural and not your brand.
It's not, but I'll try it. She didn't want to waste it. It's a full bottle, and I guess she's allergic to it, so I will try.
Oh, that's that good thing she's getting rid of it and not
Yeah,
using it.
keeping it. Yeah. Okay, we could cut all that out. That waiting.
Nope, I'm editing this. I'm keeping that in.
Oh my god. Okay. So, um, this is a my tier ending topic is a bit of a downer just because it is quite near me and it is kind of scary. The LA fires that are happening right now. There are a lot of them. There's a lot. The main fire that is near me specifically is the Bobcat fire. It's 26,368 acres long, and it's
Damn.
at 0% containment as of like today. And it's in the I think it's in Monrovia. I'm in West Covina, and my uncle is in Duarte or Duarte, however you want to say it, and that's only 20 minutes away from me. And they had to evacuate.
Oh shit.
So yeah, so we're just counting on the days that we got to evacuate. um,
No. Where did you
but
guys go though if you had to evacuate?
so my sister would probably have to go with my mom and my brother to my grandma Terry's house. Um, they have a lot of people in that house, so I would probably have to stay with Alejandro, and
Hmm.
my dad might go with his parents in the San Fernando Valley. So we do have family, but we'd be kind of split up. It all depends on what room is available because I mean, my living at my grandma's house, she has two other people living with her and like two dogs, and we have two dogs, and so it'd be a little bit difficult to move all of us. So I'm hoping we don't have to evacuate, but
Yeah, I'm
at
hoping
zero
you guys
percent
don't have
containment,
to. I'm hoping you guys don't have to either. That's scary.
Yeah, and like the last couple days, our cars have been covered in ash, and we have to wear face masks outside. The air quality is not great at all. You literally, if you go outside without a mask and you inhale ash. So
No.
yeah, so it's like, well, um, I mean, if anyone has like family members that are firefighters in Los Angeles, I hope they're doing okay with these fires because they're really spread thin. And this just goes to show that we have to, distribute the money that we get from capitalism to help the firefighters because they don't get paid jack shit and they're dealing with these. And, prisoners are being sent out on the front lines. And when they get out, they're not able to apply to be firefighters with all their knowledge, which I think is bullshit. So um, we need a whole lot of reform, a whole lot of reform to help the firefighters and to help prisoners that are risking their lives for literally nothing, you know. It's crazy right now. My heart goes out to all the families who already had to evacuate, all the houses that were lost, and there were a lot. And not only just in Los Angeles, but also in San Francisco, they're dealing with probably the biggest fire that is ever recorded in California. Probably last time I checked, it was spanning at 470,000 acres.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and it looks so bad in San Francisco, and I just hope everyone up there is okay. And 2020 really said like y'all wanted like to get better. I'm gonna literally rock your shit with some fire.
No, there. I've even seen like pictures of like place cities up in Oregon. The sky looks completely red. It just
Yeah.
looks completely red. And like down here in San Diego, it is like you do feel like the sky is just very. It's very dim. There's not. It's like sunlight. You can kind of see it, but you can't really
Hmm.
because of like we 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 kind of have something down here. I remember a few days ago, probably like about 30 minutes from my house, there was a fire, and that's all you can see is just like the debris from it. I know down
Hmm.
here we don't really feel it like too much. We see it, but it's not like really bad how it is like way up north. So shout out to all like
Yeah.
the first responders, you guys.
Yeah.
I really hope that you guys are safe.
Yeah. And also, this all started because of a stupid gender reveal party. I cannot imagine the fees they are going to get.
Oh, I already saw something on Twitter saying that they should be charged for arson.
Yeah, I think they're probably be tried for arson, and also I think it's negligence or something like that. My sister's boyfriend, who's studying to be in the criminal justice system, was telling us like all the charges they could be charged for.
Hmm.
Oh my god, it is a lot.
I mean, look at they've caused the whole entire state plus a whole other state to be on fire. Like, how would you not charge them?
I I think Oregon was started differently, and I think San Francisco. I don't know if it was arson, but there was a fire. I don't know what part of California that was started by someone. So I can't remember what fire it was. Um, but yeah, the Bobcat fire was started because of a gender reveal party. I do know that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but good thing we did the depressing one last, so then we could go into the funny, which is white chicks.
Oh boy. Well, yeah, my heart and prayers go out to anybody that was affected and everyone trying to
Yeah.
help, get rid of it. But I don't even want to know what the baby was. I don't care. You know what?
Yeah.
Y'all
Oh
go
my god.
home and think about what you did. All right. So, do we want to get into white chicks?
Yes, but before that, we must have the one, the only ASMR content that we will ever have on this podcast. So today I am eating s'mores Pop Tarts, and they are still in the wrapper. So we will get the pleasure of listening to me ripping open the nice, crisp packaging and then cracking open the s'mores Pop Tarts and then taking a bite. I'm trying to make it sound as appetizing as possible. All right. So today we're going to be eating Pop Tarts. Now I have the packaging right here.
Ah! don't like it.
Me either.
Now let's open the Pop Tarts.
Oh, why is this making me cringe? Oh my gosh.
Ah, I just I know why I hate ASMR because
Me
I
too.
don't like people whispering in my goddamn ear.
Now we're going to take a bite out of the Pop Tart. But
Uh,
first, let's open
you're sending the wrong kind of chills down my back.
it.
Me too.
Now here's the crisp sound opening a Pop Tart. Oh, you didn't get anything. That was whack.
It probably said, "Yeah, let's stop."
Yeah. And now I'll take a bite. Now let's listen as we bite into this delicious, delectable Pop Tart.
Uh,
Uh,
but okay, I think I'm good. Anyone else out there done with the ASMR?
All right, so no, how are we feeling? You guys think we should take a little breaky break before we get into the chicks that are white?
Yeah,
Sure,
I
why
could finish my Pop Tart.
All right, guys. Well, we'll be taking a little quick breaky break. Go get your own Pop Tarts. Take a little drinky drink of your delectable liquid, and we'll be right back.
And welcome back, guys. Now we're going to get into our topic today, which
Emily, I
is
need you to stop
what?
right now.
Huh?
You're at like, I'm sorry. I don't mean to critique you, but you're at like a 3.
Uh-huh.
I want you at an 11. Can I get an
Oh, okay.
11?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Let me put on my my crackhead barb.
Got you. Take all the time you need. Got you.
All right. And we're back. Thank you for joining us in this podcast. And after that little break, we're feeling great. We're feeling good. And now we're going to talk about our favorite movie to talk about, which is probably White Chicks. Now, Mark does have a scene by scene breakdown for us, which is so cool. And I actually have a few facts. And like, oh my God, my dog's like totally barking in the background. That's so embarrassing. Anyways, so Mark, tell us about these scenes. Tell us about the movie. Give us a little synopsis.
I
What
wanted
do you
an 11. I didn't want a totally different personality.
have? That was an 11.
That was good. I liked it.
Anyways, White Chicks. 2 FBI agents, Marcus, played by Marlon Wayans, and Kevin Copeland, played by Sean Wayans, accidentally foil a drug bust. As punishment, they are forced to escort a pair of socialites to the Hamptons, where they're going to be used as bait for a kidnapper. But when the girls get injured, they refuse to go. Left without options, Marcus and Kevin decide to pose as the sisters, transforming themselves from African American men into a pair of blonde white women. White Chicks.
The thing I find like most hilarious is that they don't look like them.
They
Like
don't.
They
they
look
really
like
don't.
blobfish.
They look scary, and it's like how. I mean, okay,
I think that's the
that's the
point.
comedy of it. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's the point to make them look like obviously not like that, which makes everyone else just look really stupid for thinking that.
yeah,
But this movie came out June 23rd of 2004. I mean, I probably watched this when it came out, not in the movies, but I definitely watched it when it came on like DVD or something. So maybe like
yeah,
2005.
yeah.
But that was still 4th grade for me. But when I was younger, I did watch Scary Movie, which did have the Wayans brothers in it, so that's why I kind of recognized them when I saw them in White Chicks. If you watch Scary Movie, you could understand how this movie is technically not that bad to see after watching a movie like Scary Movie.
Yeah, but they also have that scene that's cut out from the TV viewing, but it's available on the DVD when
Ooh,
they're trying
what
to.
scene is that,
Oh God,
Emily?
they're showing the girls how to do
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh
At the
yeah, the
sleepover.
well,
Yeah,
this movie grossed 113.1 million worldwide against a budget of 37 million.
Damn.
Well,
They made bank on this movie.
yeah,
It's a classic now. Like, how do you not go in your life without watching this movie? It's so funny.
I feel like
yeah,
a lot of people have seen this movie.
I've seen this
yeah.
movie so many times, I can't even count how many times I've seen it. If I'm watching it, I can recite the whole script while watching the movie. So much I've seen it.
That's me with Nightmare Before Christmas. Oh, fun fact. The original name of the movie was supposed to be The Miltons, which is a spoof from The Hiltons, but they settled on White Chicks because they thought they would get in trouble.
That's very interesting and so weird because like I'm trying to think of like the marketability of the Miltons cuz it doesn't sound like a funny duo kind of movie. It sounds like a weird dysfunctional family.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Coming to theaters, the Miltons, as opposed to coming to theaters, White Chicks.
What's like your guys' favorite scene in that movie?
Ooh, there are so many.
Yeah. I think mine is for sure the dance scene. That's my favorite.
Yes.
It's so good. And to It's Tricky by Run DMC, come on.
Sorry if you guys hear that's my dog. Hold on.
Well, my favorite scene, I would have to say, is the Yo Mama scene.
I love that
That
one
one's a
too.
good one.
That one by far was the funniest when I've watched it, and even to this day when I watch it.
The other scene that I like is the fitting room scene.
That one's a good one.
I like that one too. That one, and then also when Marcus goes to the bathroom because he's lactose intolerant while he's dressed up as one of the white girls,
Oh
and he
yeah,
goes
Oh
in there
god,
and he's
yeah.
when he had
opening
too
up the
much quiche.
toilet. Yeah.
Like
All right.
quiche? Yeah. How else would you be quiche?
uh, we open with the first scene of the movie where three men deliver ice cream to a convenience store. After taking down the three men, they remove the top of the delivered ice cream container to reveal the drugs, but it turns out it is in fact vanilla ice cream. Three other ice cream delivery men walk in to deliver ice cream, quote unquote ice cream, but have a change of mind after observing the situation at hand in the convenience store already. A shootout begins and the two groups of ice cream men take off, amounting into a terrible loss for the FBI agents.
The store owner character that one of the brothers plays is so funny when he starts dancing.
Yes.
Oh, Marcus, yeah, when he's like going
Yeah.
into this whole monologue.
And he has the candle.
Para conmigo, mentirota, mentirosa.
I love when he goes to open the ice cream and he's just like, "Where's the drugs?" He's like, "I don't sell drugs. I have ice cream, vanilla, chocolate, Neapolitan, for example."
It's so funny. He's
That's
just like,
probably one of my favorite lines from that.
and then the other ones come in. He's like, "Oh, sorry."
Never mind. Wrong store.
Yeah, he's like, "Never mind, wrong store." And then they just unleash
And poor homie who was just selling ice cream was stuck in the middle of it. He was like, "What the fuck?"
him and the other two guys. It was crazy. I feel sorry for them.
Imagine you're trying to deliver ice cream and then like you get your shit rocked.
But to be fair, they were kind of like suspicious, and they did fight back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird, but I guess I would fight back too if I was being attacked. Anyways, next we get a very fun look into Marcus's relationship. Gina is suspicious of Marcus coming home late, thinking that maybe he is cheating on her. After she called the bar to check on his whereabouts at 8 p.m., he left the bar at 7:45 p.m. Gina map quested the distance from the bar to the apartment, and it only takes 6 minutes. Gina claims that they don't ever communicate anymore, so Marcus sits down to communicate, quote unquote. And as she is talking about her day, Marcus starts to fall asleep.
It seems like he has done something before and now she's very overly cautious about it. Like or she had a relationship before that, the person cheated and now she's like, worried that he'll do it cuz once you stop like communicating to someone when you're married, it's kind of like what the fuck.
Yeah.
I think 2 minutes is a little like okay, it was 2 minutes, but I could see where she's coming from and also where, character comes from, the guy character, I forgot his name.
Marcus?
Marcus.
I don't really think Marcus did anything beforehand because I feel like they would have implied maybe he did or whatnot. It just seems that she is just very suspicious all the time of everything. So it might have been a past relationship that has caused her to act like this. But that's only thing about her character and her personality in this movie is that she's just the crazy girlfriend who's just like, I can't trust you, so I'm gonna be like making sure that you're not up to something.
This was written by men. So, so there are some actions that coming from, because obviously we see what the men are doing, but she doesn't. So imagine just minding your own business and then getting your credit card declined because your man decided to spend however much on a dress that's obviously not for you. I felt like they could have done better. They could have done better with her. I feel like they did not do her justice.
I think, like, with her character, she just wants to feel loved by her husband. She's just a woman, a wife that just wants reassurance from her husband that he still loves her, that he still finds her beautiful. Because I think, like, especially with law enforcement, if any type of law enforcement, you're constantly busy. You don't really see your family as much. And I know this from personal experience. But I can see that, like, she just misses that time that they have together. So when they're not together and he's basically just dedicated to his job, she just worries that, like, she's losing her man. Like, she's losing that spark between them. So I think that's like the little subtext of what
Yeah.
she wants from her husband, like her character, that she just wants her time with her man. She just wants to feel beautiful. She just wants him to tell her that she's still beautiful and that he still loves her. And I just think that's what it is mainly. That's just what's all of it comes from.
The next scene takes place at the FBI agency. The FBI are going to shadow the daughters, Tiffany and Brittany Wilson. After the briefing is over, the chief asks who wants to shadow the daughters. Nobody in the room volunteers. Kevin storms into the briefing room in order to get on the case, but wimps out and pushes Marcus in front of him. Marcus expressed how they both want to get on the case, and they are instantly put on. Thus begins the journey for them. After getting the car packed, Marcus goes to sit, but sees that the dog is in the passenger seat because Baby has to ride in a car seat. So Marcus is stuck in the trunk with the bags. The sisters are chatting about the Hamptons because it is not only just a weekend, it is the weekend. Kevin rolls down the window so that Baby could get a fresh breeze. Suddenly, Baby decides to go on top of the dashboard in the car and ends up flying out the window. And then you get this whole scene where everyone's freaking out. And by the grace of God, Kevin is able to pull Baby back into the car, but ends up swerving the car into a ditch, leaving the girls with very, very, very minor scratches on their lip and their nose.
So I have two facts. The first one is that the airport that they picked up the Wilson sisters, is in Palm Beach, Florida. And then so they were actually inspired by Paris Hilton, and when they get out of the airplane, the song playing is a spoof of Miss Hilton, um, that was recorded for Paris Hilton's Miss hit reality show.
What do you guys think about the scene with the car when Baby's flying out?
Oh my god, I got scared. I don't want baby to get killed.
Yeah, oh my god. Oh, the way he just snatched that dog.
Especially when the big truck is coming towards the car and you just see baby like screaming
Fuck
for his life.
yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, I was
no.
gonna say the dog. I love when the dog just looks at Kevin and he's just barking. He's like talking to him. He's just like, "Get me the hell out of here!" I love that he's just making direct eye contact. What a good boy. How do you guys think about how they reacted to their minor injuries?
I mean,
Oh my god.
it was funny. If it was me and I had a huge weekend in the Hamptons and I was going to be featured in some fashion show with the magazine, you'd make the best of what you have and you just cover it up with makeup. That's just me. I
Yeah.
would not let
Yeah.
it ruin my plans, especially if I paid to stay in a hotel and everything, and I
You
paid
mean
to go
you
somewhere
want to put makeup on
on
this?
this.
Oh my! I am so freaking pissed.
No, I would not be. I would just cover it up with makeup, and then just go on about my vacation.
The, at that that like made me really just be like, are you bitches serious? Funny part about it is that, oh my god, they're fucking serious, really? Like,
I mean, it
be
works
like,
for
hey,
their characters. It works for like the
yeah,
exaggeration of their characters, so it's funny.
yeah. I mean, rich spoiled brats. Like, come on.
Next scene, Kevin is talking to the girls to try and calm them down as they are going through it. Brittany has a BF. To stop Brittany from writing a letter, Kevin tries to calm them down and informs them not to leave the room, otherwise, everyone will see their hideous scars. And that doesn't go over so well. Marcus in the next room is worrying about his job since after this incident, he probably won't have one anymore. Same for Kevin. After a conversation with the chief, Kevin tells him that the girls will be there soon and everything is okay. That's when he calls in for some help. The guys get a total makeover to look identical to the Wilson sisters.
The scene we've been waiting for.
Where are the white women at?
Let's do this.
And then they like throw on the breast like prosthetics on them, and they're like, "Ugh."
Yeah, he like throws them off, and then he's just like, "You're right. We got to make them bigger."
The special makeup effects were created by legendary makeup artist Greg Cannon, who also did Mrs. Doubtfire and The Mask.
So we arrive at the Hamptons. They make their way to the counter to check in, and Brittany, quote unquote, because it's not actually Brittany, it's actually Kevin, ends up knocking over everything on the counter with her boobs. Once asked to present credit card and ID to check in, Brittany, not having one to match the identity, decides to act out in order to get past this hurdle. After checking in, they leave to go to their rooms, and that's when they encounter three girls who start shrieking in delight to see them. The agents try their best to play it cool until another girl, Karen, questions why they look different and why they are so tall. So let's get into this.
One of my favorite scenes from that scene is when they pull up to the hotel and you see them come out of the car and you see them getting catcalled by the men that keep walking by. And they try to fight the men off, and then you see the men running off because they're all scared that what they think are women are actually men talking back to them. That's one of my favorite scenes.
No, I have to agree. When they get out and they start getting catcalled, that is pretty funny because like they're not used to it, so they don't know how to react. They just act on impulse,
Mm-hmm.
something that they would do.
Yeah.
And he's just like, what you checking out my ass for?"
Hold my poo.
Oh,
Hold my
poodle.
poo.
Oh, my poodle.
Then we get to where they're at the counter. Tiffany and
Oh my
Brittany
god,
Wilson,
yeah.
and it knocks everything over.
It's like, oh, I just got them done.
And it's funny because they trip onto the counter because they don't know how to walk in heels. So it's just funny how they're trying to like navigate themselves.
Okay, so out of the friends, who's your favorite? Mine's Tori. She's hilarious. That's the girl that always smokes. The one who
Yeah,
she's
a
like,
small
she's
one.
not really.
Old
Yeah.
tiny one. I think each of them have something like that's just iconic about them. You have the one that smokes, the one that's like boy crazy for Keith, and then the one that just does the little spiel in the fitting room. It's just
They are Tori, Lisa, and Karen. I would have to say Karen is probably
Yeah.
my favorite, just because she got a nice arc.
It sucks that she's like the only really like kind of fully developed side
Yeah,
like supporting character, but I just like Tori because she's like hilarious.
Tori is pretty funny. I would say on like like the levels of importance with those three friends, I would have to say it's Karen, then
Mhm.
it's Tori, then Lisa, because
Yeah.
Lisa
Yeah.
is just she's just there, and then she
Yeah.
doesn't really get a moment until she's just like going crazy in the changing room. So then the ladies try to leave, but the girls demand they all attend the Hamptons magazine reception right now. Karen says hello to Keith, her hookup buddy, and then points out the Vanderbilt sisters. Tiffany says how hot they are, and the friends are confused and explain how they are each other's rivals. The Vanderbilts sets their eyes on Tiffany and Brittany and make their way over to belittle them. This starts a massive insult fest, from slut jokes to yo mama. It gets messy. This is my favorite scene. If there's one scene from this movie besides, the singing in the car scenes. This is that scene.
So the actress who plays Brittany is actually a twin herself, but at that time, her twin Cynthia didn't appear in film, so she didn't do this film with her. So instead, Jamie King played her twin sister.
Oh, I didn't know
Oh,
that.
wow.
Since Megan and Heather were supposed to be the same age in the movie, Brittany, who played Megan, was 3 years, 1 month, and 6 days older than Jamie King, who plays Heather. Like weird, because she was like kind of like the side sister, like Heather was kind of like the main one.
Yeah, Heather was the main one. She was the one running it all. Megan was she did not live up to the hype.
No.
She her Yo Mama was so bad. Oh my god, it's my favorite. Do you want me to go down the list because I wrote down every single Yo Mama?
Please, please do.
Yes. Yes.
So it starts off with Heather saying, "Your mother shops at Saks." And then that's when they're like, "Oh, you want to talk about mother? It's mother time." So then the first one is, "Your mother's so dumb, she went to Dr. Dre for a pap smear." And then Heather retaliates, "Your mother's so stupid, she exercises when she can get like liposuction or something." And then we get, "Your mother is so old, her breast milk is like powder. She breastfeeds like this." Poof.
Fun fact about that joke, it came straight from something Ricky Smiley said on BET's Comic View in 1999. So it was not an original joke.
Next one is, "Your mother is so like, she's so Megan, you go." And then this is, "Your mother is so stupid she goes to Barney's rooftop deck breakfast for lunch and orders a niçoise salad and calls it a Nicoy salad."
Nicoy salad, right?
Everyone's like,
And then,
oh my god, my favorite.
"Your mother's ass is so hairy it looks like Don Kang is about to pop out and say, 'Only in America.'"
That's my favorite.
And then the final killer, I guess. "Your mother is so stupid she goes into Gucci and tries to buy Fendi and stuff." It's just so funny because it just shows you like the insults they think of versus the insults brothers think of.
It's so
Yeah.
funny. I love that scene so much.
It is my favorite. And my favorite Yo Mama one was the breast milk into powder because
Yes.
every single time I would see that, I would get inspired and I would go grab baby powder, put it in my hand, and I would go up to someone in my family and just say that line and then poof it.
They're like, you're watching too much White Chicks.
I would do it like 3 times in a row and then somebody else would get involved. There was a lot of baby powder going on. During the rest of the reception scene, we have Mr. Vanderbilt approach the girls after hearing the commotion and talks to the Wilson sisters and says he looks forward to seeing them later at the white party. Brittany spots Denise Porter from the news and goes to make an introduction, but forgets that he is in disguise and has to act like Brittany. Meanwhile, Tiffany is swallowing down quiche, not realizing it is made with dairy. Tiffany and the other 3 friends make their way to the bathroom where Karen is talking about her complicated relationship with Keith while Tiffany is absolutely destroying the toilet. Then we get introduced to Latrell, aka Terry Crews. Love that
Yes.
guy. The football player who locks eyes onto Tiffany and goes to make his move. Tiffany is not having any of his BS and ends up pepper spraying Latrell. Then Mr. Vanderbilt reveals the charity auction later on that night. With the Wilson sisters having nothing to wear, the 3 friends decide to take their sisters shopping.
Oh, Terry Crews, shout out to you. You played this role so good.
Honestly.
I love it. And yeah, he plays like he like embodies the whole creepy guy that just wants to get at somebody, at the white girl.
His moves were a lot, especially for Tiffany to handle.
Honestly.
And I love when he's just like, "You know what they say, when you go black, you end up in a wheelchair."
You have the girl that was like, "Hi, Latrell, I had such a great time last night." He's like, "Tony," and then he just back her off, and you just hear her crash into something.
You're like, call me.
I love that Tiffany, aka Marcus, is just devouring quiche. And when he takes the tray, he is not sharing it. When Karen tries to get some, he's just like, "No, it's mine."
You know, one thing I wonder though is if the actor himself is actually really lactose intolerant, and that was an actual like thing that happened to him, that happens to him in real life. You know, I kind of wonder if
Yeah,
that was like if
I
he
don't know.
really is lactose intolerant or if that was just the character.
I mean, lactose intolerant people do be putting themselves through pain just to eat cheese.
So I will get into the next scene, and then this scene is another very iconic scene. On the radio plays "Thousand Miles" by Vanessa Carlton. The friends absolutely lose it. They start singing the song until they throw it over to Tiff and Britt to sing their part, but the girls don't know the song at all and stumble their way through it.
Oh, this song, you can't think about it or listen to it without thinking of this movie.
This movie
Yeah,
definitely, if this song wasn't popular already, this movie just made it like a staple.
yeah, for sure. Now, like when it gets played, you're like, oh my god.
When they enter the clothing store, Karen and Tori go off with Tiffany, while Lisa takes Brittany to help her. After they leave, someone steals Brittany's bag that contains his gun and badge, so he charges after him in a wild chase scene. So first, let's get into the clothing store changing scene. Starts off with Tiffany trying to get on the shirt and having a problem, and then aka Marcus gets a call from Gina, who is getting her hair done and wants to go see a movie. And then that's when the curtain opens, and the lady who works there is just like, "You're not going to fit that giant head in that tiny hole." So then she starts like helping her, and there's just like a bunch of like noises. And if out of context, it seems like he is just doing some nasty shit with some
Yeah.
other woman.
I actually have a fact about the stealing part when the bag gets stolen. The scene when a mugger steals one of the sisters' bags, when she's running after him, she's seen barefoot except for one shot mid chase where she's clearly wearing white sneakers. At the end of the scene, she's barefoot again.
That is a good catch.
Yeah, and I now that like I think about it, I do realize that yeah, she was wearing white sneakers at one point, but I don't know if she was barefoot or not. So I'd have to go back and rewatch it.
I can't remember the beginning of how it happens, but I thought she took off the heels and then just started charging after the guy barefoot.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be mistaken. She could just have started running with heels on, and then ends up being shoes by accident.
Well, because they said she started running barefoot, and then they gave white sneakers, and then she's barefoot again.
She's bionic. There's
Yeah,
there's no other explanation.
she stopped midway to put on shoes.
I just love that, like, she's just charging, just like, and then she gets hit by the car and just keeps going, and the guy's like, "What the hell?"
Yeah. So what the fuck?
But back to the changing room scene, the other scene where Lisa is getting changed, and then Brittany is just like, "Oh my god, you are so hot," and then Lisa just starts like crying. She's just like, "Yeah, okay," and then she just starts like going crazy.
Like, oh
Yeah.
my god,
It's like,
are you kidding?
it's the talking tummy.
It's Tina the talking tummy. I can't wear a short skirt and a top.
Oh my god.
What's that
Oh my
thing?
god. He's like, I'm gonna get someone. I'm gonna get help. He's like, Dr. Phil.
I'm gonna get professional help. You need professional help. Then it cuts back to Tiffany putting on pants, and Karen's just like, do you need help?" And then just like launches her at the wall. Is like, "Brace yourself!" And just starts going to town. Suck it in.
With their foot, like pulling. I love the ending where they tell her to like straighten up, and she does, and then like everything just falls apart.
Oh yeah, Tori's just like, just let loose, like stand up, and then she's just like, "Okay, okay." Stretches up. She's like, ah, and then button pops, heels break, jacket rips, everything hilarious. And then she's just like, maybe we'll just go with a nice dress.
Like they should have thought of that before.
I don't even know what they were thinking of going with because Tiffany and Brittany practically wore the same thing, just different colors. In the next scene, Tiffany was the only one trying stuff on. But anyways, next scene. So this scene
Yes.
is the auction scene where the friend group, thinking they had good seats, end up getting a spot in the back next to the dishes. The auction to win dates with the Hamptons' most eligible bachelorettes. After the Vanderbilt sister wins with the highest bid in Hampton's auction history with $20,000, Tiffany Wilson ends up taking the stage, where it ends up being a bidding war between Brittany trying to help Tiff out and Latrell. Latrell ends up bidding $50,000 and securing his date
Cash.
with Tiffany. Yeah, $50,000 cash.
And then Tony comes out with all the money.
She's like, I don't want to go on a date with him.
So at the charity ball at the Royal Hamptons Hotel, a sign is displayed above the stage for Southampton Nuclear Opposition Benefit, which spells snob.
That's
I didn't
funny.
even realize that.
One of the funniest parts of this scene is the bidding war when Brittany is going around and like doing stuff to other guys to make them raise their
Yeah.
hands. And it's
Hey.
he's just like, I got 5,000 right here. Who said that? And he just like tickles the armpit or like squeezes his butt. He's like, oh,
Like, fine. $1,000 to the weird guy.
but I think that's as far as it's gonna go. And then Latrell just steps up and just does another.
$50,000 cash.
All right, so the next scene is the sleepover scene when the
Oh, God.
three friends go
Oh, no.
over to Tiffany and Brittany's room to have a sleepover. It's emotional with Karen's relationship problem relating very much to Marcus's problem. Then there's a surprise kidnapping to get Brittany, but after smashing the guys up, it turns out it's an act because the guys are strippers.
Yeah. He's like, oops. I didn't know. Sorry.
I remember watching that scene, and my mom would tell me, "Turn your head around. Don't watch this. Turn around. Turn around." She would try to face the TV, so I wouldn't hear any of it. What about you guys?
I mean, which scene? The kidnapping?
No.
Or are you talking about the deleted scene?
The deleted scene.
Oh, see, whenever I watch this movie, I never saw the deleted scene until like I got it on DVD and I saw it
Yeah.
and I was just like, "Whoa, what's happening here?"
I love how they're just so awkward about it. They're like, you just, and then they just slap the toy. But we could talk about the not extra scene.
I was about to say, I don't really remember the deleted scene as well as I remember the rest
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, I just thought like him attacking the stripper was hilarious, and then he's like, "Oops, sorry." So what's the next scene, brother?
The next scene is the date scene. Tiffany's picked up by Latrell.
Yeah.
And in order to make this date as terrible as possible, Tiffany starts off by playing 1,000 Miles, but it turns out it's actually Latrell's favorite song. So they just start,
Yes.
he just starts jamming out. And at the restaurant, Kevin pretends to be a valet driver in order to obtain Latrell's keys to his car and his house in order to impress his date with Miss Porter.
So I have two facts. The 1,000 Mile song. That is actually Terry Crews's favorite song. And also that scene, the 1,000 Mile scene, was actually taken in one take.
There's a part of me that believes it, but a part of me that's just kind of like, I don't know. Because unless they got like multiple cameras to get different
Different
shots,
angles and
I would, yeah, from the different angles, I would say sure. But I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't, I'm not sure. I mean, unless they did, I'll go ahead and believe it.
Yeah, I think they did have multiple cameras on the car and just did it in one go and then just edited it, you know?
They edited it.
Edited it.
I hate
Edited
saying that
it.
word.
Edited
Edit,
it.
edited it.
Edited it.
Edited
Edited it.
edited it.
Say
Yes.
that 3 times fast.
Edited it,
Edited,
edited it,
edited.
edited it, edited it.
I'm sorry if you guys can hear my dogs in the back.
It's okay.
That's really funny that you bring up the dog because on Kevin's date with Miss Porter, that's when he gets introduced to Latrell's dog.
Yep. Oh, who
You have a
was it?
dog? No, I don't have a no damn dog. Then who's that? That's not a dog. That's family.
Come here, boy. Come here. Oh my god.
And then at the date with Latrell, Tiffany's just making it as terrible as possible by ordering so much food, as well as farting and chewing off her own toenail and spitting it into someone else's champagne.
And then Latrell's like, "Oh my god, like you fart too?" Then he just starts doing it.
Yeah, we're gonna be just fine. And then he just rips. Also, Tiffany really just lays into him by like belittling his performance on the court. And he just starts
Oh my god,
tearing up and he's just like, no one's ever been this real with me before.
yeah.
Like, no matter what Tiffany does, Latrell will always love her.
And we get the callback at the end about like whatever she does, like he'll love her for it until like it's revealed that he's not white, and then he gets all like pissed.
Yeah. Didn't somebody tell you this was an all white party?
Someone get this jigaboo away from me.
But let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, the next is the club scene where we have
Yes!
the amazing dance battle, an
Oh my
unexpected
god.
hookup, and secrets are revealed from Karen that Mr. Vanderbilt is broke.
The dance scene is so iconic. I love how it's to Crazy in Love and then it goes into Run DMC when the brothers start dancing and then they do their break dancing thing. It's so hilarious. I saw a TikTok that it was taken at Halloween and there's two people who dressed up like that and actually did the entire dance.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
If there's
Dedication.
any dance I would love to learn, it's probably that one.
If I knew how to do any types of flips and or anything like that,
Uh-huh.
I would definitely recreate that dance.
To Run DMC, iconic.
How'd you guys feel about Karen throwing up and them helping her out? Do you think you would be the one throwing up
True
or the one
friendship.
helping out?
I'd be the one
Helping
helping out. I don't get drunk or anything like that.
No,
I
no,
mean, I
yeah,
would
helping out.
say I'm the one throwing up, but I have
You are.
never, no, but I've never thrown up being drunk, no matter how drunk I got.
That just like reminds me of the one time we had to help out a friend that was passed out drunk in the bathroom.
I wasn't gonna bring it up, but
Wait, who?
A friend.
Are we talking about thou that should not be named?
Yeah. She was passed out drunk in the bathroom with her hoo-ha showing.
Oh, I was about to say, I was like, I don't remember this memory.
guess who showered her and brought her back home safe? Me and Emily.
Yikes. No, okay. If we had to do it, it would be you two and thou that should not be named as throwing up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, so let's get. Well, actually, before we get into it, we have an unexpected hookup because Latrell tried to
Yes.
drug Tiffany, but Tiffany gives her drink to Latrell, confusing him, and he actually drugs himself and ends up hooking up with Keith's friend. I forgot his name.
I forgot his name too.
But yeah, the unexpected hookup, which was really funny and odd to
Left
have seen.
him in a wheelchair.
Left him in a wheelchair.
Didn't he give him like ecstasy or something?
Yeah, thinking that he was gonna give it to Tiffany.
Did he drink it?
Yep, switch the cups.
So, after the original Wilson girls go to the Hamptons, it is revealed that Marcus and Kevin have been disguised as the girls all along and they are fired. This is when the real Tiffany and Brittany find out they were at the club and they were like, wait, we weren't at the Hamptons. Oh no, we've been cloned.
Yeah.
That's when they think that they have been cloned. And so they go to the Hamptons to get to the bottom of this. And because two other FBI agents who are also working on the case found out that the Tiffany and Brittany that are currently at the Hamptons are actually men in disguise, they assume that the Tiffany and Brittany walking into the Hamptons at that moment are the ones dressed up as the fake Tiffany and Brittany. So they bring them in to prove that they are fake, but end up just exposing a lot of the women.
And then they get punched.
And then the one gets punched because he brings down the girl's skirt.
Which is the right thing to do. I would have punched him too.
Yeah, exactly. The bop them. They deserve to get bopped.
So now we come to the final event. After a sudden change of heart, they decide to finish the job and attend the white party as Tiffany and Brittany.
Well, it was really funny how like they ended up with the other with their not counterpart, but like the real Tiffany and the fake Tiffany on the runway together walking down and like looking at each other like, what the fuck?
A funny moment from this scene is when the Vanderbilt sisters are pissed, so they go up to the designer to try to seduce him to get a spot
Yeah.
on the runway.
She's like, who do we have to sleep with? It's like, you're barking up the wrong tree right now.
Yeah. And then that's when they decide to pull a Carrie moment and pour red paint all over the Wilson sisters.
Don't they fall?
They fall over, they get embarrassed, and then that's when the whole chaos begins in that scene.
Yep, because Karen sees them above and she's like, they are not going to get away with this. And then they ended up pulling the rope so that way they fall over and red paint gets poured all over them. And then a guy
Yeah.
just looks at them and he's just like, this is revolutionary.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. And thus begins the chaos. That's when the lights
Yeah.
start going crazy. The Chinese dragon that's on stage, like mixing them up. And so during that scene, the dad, who is the kidnapper along with Keith, end up taking Brittany and Tiffany, but they end up taking one. It's very hard to explain, and with this
Yeah,
part
they
now,
take
like
one of the brothers and then one of the
one of the real
sisters. But
ones.
it's the opposite though. So they're like the counterparts. So the fake Tiffany and then the real Brittany.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's when the one brother who's left on stage, he ends up running off to stop it because he catches on to what's going on, ends up stopping, and then that's when it's revealed who the evil people are.
It's so funny at the end. They're like, you're not them. And then they're like, no. It's like, but I kind of liked you more than them. They're like, you know what that means? Shopping.
And we also have Gina sneak in. She jumps on
That's when they, yeah, jumps on Brittany, and then that's when they realize that Brittany and Tiffany are not the actual Brittany and Tiffany, that they're two men disguised as both of them.
And I love the friend was like, who calls, he's like, these white bitches are on some other shit.
and then there's Keith who punches Tiffany, and Tiffany's just like, you hit like a bitch.
Yeah.
Just knocks him.
Into like
Yeah,
a whole
honestly.
like pyramid of cups.
Was it Keith? No, it was the friend.
What's a friend's name?
I don't know what his
I
name
don't
is.
even know. I just know him as the guy who likes to do coke.
Yeah. We'll say cokehead.
Cokehead. It's appropriate.
Cokehead.
And that pretty much concludes White Chicks.
Yeah. Well, a crazy movie, a fun movie. If you haven't seen it, why haven't you? Go watch it. That's your homework.
And rumor has it that they're making a second movie. So I'm excited. If they do end up making
I saw that too,
I'm
Yeah, I saw
excited
but
to see it.
it's not confirmed.
I hope they confirm it later. So, ooh, there's a lot of material to work with these days.
Like, I wonder what the plot or like the storyline of the second movie would be. Like, is it gonna be a continuation as to what happened, or is it like gonna be like a whole new
Yeah.
case where they have to go undercover?
Yeah, unless it's like, the it's something with like the friend group or they have to go back to the Hamptons for some reason, kind of
Yeah,
like getting them back to where the original shit happened.
I would say maybe it would be something completely new because it's very evident that they like to be in disguise and bust someone because from the beginning they dress up in a disguise and take on a totally different persona, so they're used to it. And then throughout the rest of the movie, they end up being white chicks. So I feel like if they were to make a second one, it would probably be. So, I mean, I would like to see something new. As much as I love like seeing them as those characters, I feel like they could take on a totally different white chick kind of persona to bust someone.
I feel like if they tried to make like them different white chicks, it wouldn't be good. just because we already have that first initial white chicks thing. I feel like you can't stray from the original people who are in there because it's such an iconic movie. I think making a second movie might actually worsen it.
Yeah, I was about to say, just leave it as is. We have too many sequels. We don't need to
Yeah.
rush this out. It's perfect
Yeah.
as is. We don't need to add on top of it.
Yeah. Because then there's also these storylines of, oh, like what happens with Gina and her husband, or what happens with the reporter and the other brother.
Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of Oh Fudge. If you would like to follow us on Instagram or Twitter, it is at Oh Fudge Pod. If you would like to check us out on YouTube, you can check us out youtube.com/Oh Fudge. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye!